Hey, yo,
Yo,
what's
yo.
going on?
Nah, hanging in there, hanging in there.
All right, hey man, if you're just joining us, Jay Hicks here. I'm joined by the one and only.
Dejon Manning, you know what it is. I'm the
Oh,
Manning.
I love it. I love it, man. I got to tell you, there's so many things, man, that have been going on. We're gonna talk about today. I want to talk about the Super Bowl because I'm still scratching my head from that one.
I call it the Kendrick Bowl, but yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get into it. So, where did you end up watching it? Did you go to a party? Did you like what did you do?
Well, I went to my boy's crib. He has a huge crib. They got, like, I think, a 6-man house. But
Okay.
we had a whole bunch of track guys and girls there, and we all gathered, played a couple like UFC games, and then when the Super Bowl started, we all started watching there.
Okay. All right. Gotta give a shout out, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. We got some viewers on. We're on YouTube live streaming right now. We're gonna have a whole bunch of you guys today. We're just gonna be on for like 90 minutes. We're gonna chop it up, talk about all the things in sports, entertainment, and Dejan, we gotta talk about track, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got to get into it, man. Hey, yo, we gotta talk about it. Kendrick fans stay reaching, bruh. Every time this man breathes, they think it's a diss track. Are we overanalyzing this chain, or did Kendrick really send Drake to the shadow realm?
No, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm biased. I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, so but go unbiasedly. I don't think he did too much over. I don't think people are over analyzing with the chain and everything else with the Super Bowl because it's Kendrick Lamar. If you know Kendrick Lamar, that's what he do. He calculates everything. He's digging in deep. He's trying to make people think.
All right, man. You know what, bro? I know he's calculated, but I think they're reaching, man. It's like
Nah, I
people
don't.
acting like that chain was like a death note for Drake. Man, let's be real. What wasn't that the logo from his company, PG Lang
That
logo? Are we over analyzing everything now?
I think yes. No, not over analyzing. I think it is for PG Lang, but he does so much double. Like his whole thing is double entendres. He likes doing that. So it's yes, it's for PG Lang, but I also think it's for a minor. Because it was a lowercase a, and Drake's real name is Aubrey. So
This is what I mean, man. Like I might be an
think
old head, but man, I feel like Drake fans, I mean, excuse me, I feel like Kendrick fans, like they look into every little thing, man. It's wild, man. Did you see some of the takes on Twitter? I was dying, and specifically on TikTok about that.
I
Did you
that's where
did you
I
see any of
could.
that? Did you see any of those on TikTok or Instagram where people were like making memes about people, the fans overanalyzing everything?
That's the crazy part. I seen those because at first, when I first watched the Super Bowl, I didn't think nothing of the chain. I didn't think nothing of it. But then I seen those TikToks where people are like, "Oh, Kendrick Lamar fans are over analyzing it," and they explained it for me. I'm like, "Oh, no, that is true."
Man, here's what I was watching it, man, and I'm telling you what, I feel like Kendrick could sneeze on a beat, and fans would say that's a metaphor for capitalism. You know what I mean? Bro, he
Yeah.
had his own company logo on, and all of a sudden he's dropping Illuminati level subs at Drake. Y'all got to chill, bro. But K Dot is calculated, so maybe he knew all along what he was talking about. Either way, it's genius marketing.
Mhm.
All right, so we got to go to the chat real quick. I think it's Gianna. I don't know if you know Gianna. Shout out to you, Gianna, for pulling up. She said, "Nah, Kendrick did that."
Kendrick, yeah, yeah. Shout out to Gianna. Yup, she knows.
So,
Kendrick did
so
do that.
all right. So before we gotta keep going, but here's the thing: poll right now for the chat. Poll for the chat. Did Kendrick's chain? Let me run that back. Did Kendrick's chain really mean something, or is the internet doing too much? Drop a fire emoji for definitely
You got proud.
Drake
That's the
diss,
fire.
or a clown for fans reaching for anything. All right. So drop your your hottest Kendrick and Drake conspiracy, the best
Y'all smart,
ones.
y'all drop that fire. I know for a fact.
Would say.
I said if they know something, they drop that fire for a fact.
Gianna dropped two. She dropped two. All right. All right. So here's what drop your hottest Kendrick and Drake conspiracy. The best one will read out loud. So, all right, gotta ask you this. What is the most ridiculous hidden message theory you've ever heard in hip hop?
Hidden message theory ever heard in hip hop? I feel like there's a couple, but and there's so much crazy because it goes to Kendrick Lamar every time. But I'll try to stay away from Kendrick. Hidden message would have to be
Yeah.
that one's hard. That one's hard. That one's hard.
You know what? Hey, before we do though, we got to talk about this performance, man. Well, did we like the performance?
My biased opinion, 10 out of 10 performance. 100%.
You said 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. But if we go unbiased, it's not even that far off. It's an 8.5 out of 10. It was one of the best Super Bowl performances I've seen in a minute. In a minute. Not the best. You got Michael Jackson, you got Prince, you got Beyonce, you got all those other guys. But it's one of the best I've seen in a minute.
All right. Well, let's talk about the set list. I mean, obviously, you know, a lot of hits left off of there. Was that set list more like a concert, or was it more like a big time show performance in your opinion?
I would say it's more of a big time show performance because concerts where you're gonna get those hits like Money Trees, Poetic Justice, all those other ones. But big time performance, I think Kendrick just wanted to send a message. I don't think he wanted to hit. I don't think he wanted to do the norm. Because if you know Kendrick, he's not the one to be following the rules or caring what other people think. So, and plus, he has a tour coming up.
See what I'm saying? This is what I mean, chat. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Chat, chime in. Is he standing for K Dot? Because here's the thing. You see what I mean? Like, no matter what he did, I feel like the fans of Kendrick were gonna find a way to justify it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm also like, I try to be unbiased. I am one of the people that wanted to hear the big hits, Money Trees, and all them other joints. But I enjoyed it because I'm also biased because I love his new album. I mess with it heavy. GNX, that's my thing.
Okay.
I'm playing that every day. So when he played Luther and he played Squabble Up, yeah, I was in the living room hitting the dances with him.
But all right, so here's the one thing I will say: the big debate is, was he mainstream enough for the? I mean, this is the largest live event in history, ever, every year. It's the biggest in the world, and this year was the biggest. Did enough people know him? I mean, that would be my question.
In my opinion, if it was any time before 2024, I think it would have been a bad idea to put Kendrick Lamar because I don't think people would have, because he like stopped making music for a minute. He dropped Mr. Morales and Big Steppers and then stopped. But after 2024, I think it was a great idea. He became probably one of the biggest mainstream because I think is played everywhere.
I think he should send Drake. He should buy him like one of those expensive multi-million-dollar watches because Drake single-handedly saved this man's career. You know it, and everybody knows it. This man was MIA, dead on arrival, man.
I can't, because if you think about it, Kendrick Lamar has as much credit and awards as Drake has, and Drake's drops every month, every week, every year, and Kendrick Lamar doesn't do that. He has like probably 20% of the amount of albums as Drake had, and he's still on the same level. That's what makes Kendrick Lamar so crazy, because of those albums like To Pimp a Butterfly, that's timeless. People are listening to that all the time. What else? Damn by Kendrick Lamar, timeless.
Okay, but what does this say though? That you had your biggest moment to expose yourself, to develop new fan base, a larger fan base, and you spent your whole time talking about Drake, man.
Does
that not prove my point? I mean, without Drake and the diss, And the battle, does he even get invited? Real talk.
I think 100% yes. Because I mean, just by history, what happened? What was it? I think 2 years ago, 2023. Who was at the Super Bowl and who wasn't? Kendrick Lamar. Drake wasn't at the Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar performed with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. That's why I say he's still on par with one of the best. And don't get me wrong, Drake is still the guy. He's people are gonna love him, people are gonna hate him, but Kendrick Lamar is also up there with him.
I'm gonna give a hot take here. I think that Kendrick is definitely he's somewhat niche. I think on the West Coast he's loved. I don't
Mhm.
know if they rocking with them like that on the East Coast. Because the West Coast is very cliquish, right? Like you
Mhm.
notice when they performed, you're talking about 50, like they roll as a clique. They don't even get together like that on the East Coast. So that and the culture is just not there, right? And Southern rap is like its own thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah, I
it's
agree.
its
Yeah,
own thing. Now, that's not to take anything away from Kendrick. I think he's got some of my, don't kill my vibe. I mean, I can't even believe.
bangers,
I mean, come on, man.
bangers.
I'm just saying. So, what do you think? I'm saying I think he's a little. I wonder is he a little regional?
I I could agree with that to a degree because I do feel like the West Coast they when they unite they unite like
They not.
it's dangerous, especially let's go back in the past. I had to ask a couple people this because I wasn't there. Tupac and Biggie, when
Yeah.
Tupac dropped that disc,
Yeah.
oh, West Coast was
Yeah.
West Coast is different. That's
Yeah.
why I had to, they do come, and but East Coast I think they just it's a battle for how because for how many more rappers the East Coast has, it's a battle. There's not that much love. There's not that much like you're not gonna see 50 Cent with somebody else. You're not gonna see well RIP, but before he was going Pop Smoke with somebody else because it's a battle.
Yeah.
Every day is a battle on the East Coast.
Yeah. All right. Got to give a shout out to Angela for pulling up. She dropped one fire emoji. All right. So she's rocking with Kendrick as well. I'm
And
outnumbered here in the chat.
they not like us.
So all right, guys, gotta ask you this, and in the chat, drop this in the chat as well. What's the most ridiculous hidden message theory you've ever seen? I know we talked about what you ever seen in hip hop. There's been some great theories. What do you guys think is the biggest, though? What do you think is the biggest?
I can't contract what the lyrics was, but the biggest and the most ridiculous is going back to Tupac. He said something in his song that confirmed that he would go to Cuba and fake his death. He said something. I can't remember the lyrics off the top of my head. But now people are saying that, oh, he said it. He planned this. It's no, Tupac's dead. I'm sorry. R.I.P. I wish I could live that era. I wish I could experience Tupac, but that's the most ridiculous theory I ever heard.
All right, so you think that's one of your the biggest so far
Yeah, that's the biggest
that
because
you've ever heard.
if it started back in 1995, still going to today, that has to be the biggest.
I would say for me, it was that like Jay-Z is like a traveling Illuminati. You remember that? And like
That's a
he was
big one.
put, and they were saying he was putting secret messages in 99 Problems. You remember that? Predicting the
Yeah,
future. Like who was at home thinking like the Da Vinci Code math on a rap song, man? You know what I mean?
I thought about that, but Jay Z is it's iffy for him. It's hard to defend that guy with
He said-
everything going on. And I'm from New York, so I like my whole family loves Jay Z, but it's just everything going on with Diddy and him, and it's just I don't
well,
know.
and since we're on the conspiracy of him, right? He's the one that pulled the card to have Kendrick, right, as a
Kendrick,
producer
yeah, yeah.
of this. Was this like the sleight of hand, right? Because now nobody's talking about the Diddy, trial and all the instigation more. Now we're talking about this Super Bowl. Was this like a sleight of hand? Was this great marketing on Jay-Z's behalf?
In a way, yeah. But I also I do feel like that's what it was but then I also go like it's Drake. Hey, I think Jay-Z had a problem with Drake too, and he said, "Let's get him. Let's get Kendrick. Let's get Kendrick on there."
All right, so let's zoom out a little bit. Kendrick, Drake, right? This beef's been going on for years.
Hmm.
Where do you rank this in rap beef history?
Number one,
You put this as the greatest of all
the
time?
greatest of
What?
all time,
Wait, so
and
you put this over? Let me.
over
I'll let you
Nas,
finish.
over Nas, over the Nas and Jay Z, over the Tupac and Biggie, over the
Wait,
50 Cent and Ja Rule, all that.
so you think Jay-Z and Biggie, and I'm not ranking them in order, just gonna talk about it. Two people lost their lives. It shook up the whole face of rap and hip hop as you know it. Their beef.
Yeah, I you
You think it's bigger than that?
you gotta see it, and because I gotta give Drake some props too. This is why I gotta give Drake props.
Okay,
Because
okay.
if we go back in time, there was a chipper with Jay Z and Nas, but
Yeah.
Nas killed. In my opinion, Nas killed him. Like that,
Yeah.
Jay Z
Yeah.
stopped
There's the
immediately
yeah.
after
There's no yeah.
that.
You're right.
And then go back to Biggie and Tupac. Biggie is so claimed that he dropped the song "Who Shot You,"
Yeah.
but that was before Tupac got shot. So then Tupac comes out with "Hit 'Em Up,"
Hit him
and
up.
Biggie never responded. So can we really count that as a beef? I mean, it was a beef, but it wasn't a rap
What?
battle.
He was
It
talking
wasn't a
about
rap battle.
he
It
said
was,
I slept with your wife, bruh.
I
You
get, but it
slept
was
on my are you
Biggie
kidding me
never
right
came
now?
back. Biggie never came back. So that wasn't really a rap. It was a beef, but it wasn't a rap beef. You
But
see what I'm saying?
it turned into East Coast and West Coast. Like their individual beef turned into a
I,
coastal beef. That's the only reason why I'm asking you. Now you have
it's close
whole
to me. I get
cliques.
that. But
You
now
think
Drake and Kendrick, that's a whole different. This is getting like people are divided. Like people are divided. If you from Canada, if you from the East Coast, if you from Atlanta, if you just a Drake fan, you hate the West Coast. You know, like
I'm gonna call out some things that I think is crazy. What about all these people, especially when they were coming up, that he did features with, and not any of
who
those people are speaking up? Man, I'm telling you what, I
with
wouldn't
Drake.
do. Yeah, all these
Oh,
people he did free. Man, he put people on, man, with those features. I mean, he
and
did them back to back to back to back.
and that's why I think we need to start looking at Drake. I think he needs to start being the problem because because if you got all these people, even I'm not gonna lie, he's the one who put on Kendrick Lamar too. He put Kendrick Lamar on the game. He brought Kendrick Lamar up. But if you got all these people, I get one person hate you, then that's their problem. If two people hate you, okay, we're gonna look at you sideways. But three plus four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 people don't like you. If your own close buddy Future and Metro Boomin made a whole album called "We Don't Trust You" and put Kendrick Lamar on there, we have to start looking at the problem, and I think that's
Okay.
Drake.
Or, my take on that, and that's a great take. That's a great take. I hear what you're saying. My thought process on that is people like to see you do well, but not for a decade plus.
For a decade plus. Yeah,
You know
I
what I
see
mean? I
that.
think at this point now, I think
Patrick
that's a
Mahomes.
lot of it. Yeah, I mean, think about it. There are people, if you played in the Jordan era, how many people didn't get championships? Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, how many teams got shut out?
Because of Michael Jordan.
Because of Michael Jordan, Indiana Pacers. I mean, these are some great players. Is he? And some people say he's a Michael Jordan, a Michael Jackson of his day. So
Too
is
far. Too
that?
far.
I just said what people are saying, man. I'm saying what
Okay.
people are saying.
I think I could see that too. I could see that because, like I said, with Patrick Mahomes, I didn't understand the Patrick Mahomes hate. I get the refs, I get the out chipper chapper noise with the cheating and all that, but you gotta look at Patrick Mahomes himself. He's a great quarterback, and people just
Right.
love to hate him because he was winning so much.
All right.
And I can see that with Drake. I can 100% see that with Drake. But
All right.
there's people talking.
All right. Got to ask you this. Chat. Come to the chat. Come to the chat. All right. Let me ask you this. So, where would you, on a scale of light jab to career ending fatal knockout blow, where do you rank this?
Mm. For Drake,
Yes.
for Drake, I don't think it's career ending. He's dropping tonight, and hundreds and millions of people are gonna listen. I just think it hurt him in a way that everything after the beef is what hurt him. Is what put him on the top of the mountain and just started dropping him a little bit. But it didn't hurt. Like, it didn't kill his career. He's gonna drop tomorrow, and people are gonna go crazy over it, and
Yeah.
so on and so on.
I don't think it's a KO. I agree with you there. But I do think it was a light tap on the chin. Right.
Yeah,
It's kind of
for
like if you're at
somebody
a
that never got touched before, he got hit hard.
I think it's like when you're at a party and somebody walks by and just kind of brushes you and hits the good part of your shoulder. I think that's what that was. And it's like they hit you with their shoulder, and then you don't have to say anything because everybody knows there's tension. So
And like I said,
yeah, it's not looking good.
it was everything after the beef. If he didn't sue and if he didn't make those little sly remarks going on streams talking trash about Kendrick, he would have been fine. But now people are calling him corny and crybaby and all that, and that's what's hurting him just a little bit.
All right, we got to go to the chat. The people are pulling up. So Janae said he definitely got a good hit at Dre, but definitely not career ending. And a second to the album tomorrow. So
There's a lot of people that's going to chime in and tune in.
all right. So so now we're talking about beefs. We're talking about subliminal disc. Who is the GOAT of subliminal disc? We got Jay-Z, Nash, Pusha, and Drake. Who's the GOAT?
I'll have to say Drake. There's so many songs where he's digging into somebody on the low. He would never say a name, but he will shoot he would shoot that gun on, like, until before this whole Kendrick beef, it was little songs you could hear him say something about somebody and he would just get away because it's Drake. Even the Meek Mill beef before that, the back to back, he would throw little shots at Meek Mill. It's Drake. What are you gonna say?
All right, where would you put Jay-Z's Takeover? That was wicked, bro. You made it a hotline. I made a hot song. Nas never recovered, bro.
He did it, but it's just because
that's a bar.
It's hard.
That's a bar.
It's up there. It's up there. It's just that it's hard to say because Nas with that ether. Oh my goodness! But it's up there. It's up there. Jay-Z,
what about Pusha? What about Pusha?
Oh, he made a man come out and talk about his kid. Pusha's up there. I'll say if I'm ranking it, it goes Drake, Pusha, Jay-Z.
I mean, Pusha had Drake out here dressing like somebody's daddy afterwards. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
That's God Missile. You remember that? I mean, Apple Music probably deleted it from their history, but I mean, that was a crazy one.
I think Pusha T won that battle, but Drake won the war.
Yeah.
I think because he made Drake come out and say, okay, I have a kid. He got me. He made like, all right, I'm hiding my kid from the world. I ain't hiding something like that.
You see what I'm saying, bro? This is crazy, man. All right, chat, pull up. We got, you guys have to weigh in. Who's winning the beef so far right now? Kendrick or Drake? All right. And let's talk about this. Let the chat decide, right? Who is winning so far? We need you guys to pull up. All right. So who do you think's winning so far? We're gonna let the chat's gonna vote on it.
Me?
Yeah. Who do you have so far?
Come on, Kendrick Lamar. I got Kendrick. I think it's over too. I don't think anything could continue. Drake might say something here and there, but I think it's over. I think Kendrick won. It was probably like 3-1. Drake had one good thing, but I think Kendrick blew him out. It's over.
All right. So if you're in the chat, if you've responded, if you haven't, and you can hear it, just pull up with a comment. Let us know who you think is winning so far. All right. Got to talk about this. We know Verzuz took off huge during COVID, big time. I mean, I used to love watching the Verzuz. I was actually fortunate to be able to go to one in New York.
Oh, shoot. Which one?
Yeah. Come on now. Which one, man? Come on. You tripping, man. It was at the facility next to the Garden. But I got to ask you this: if there is a versus Kendrick
Shoot.
or Drake, who's winning? Who's winning? Who's winning?
I hate to admit defeat, but Drake wins that. Drake wins that. It he got so many. Again, that's why I think I'm the most unbiased person, because Drake has so many hits, so many. But I mean that goes against with him frequently dropping. But he was just overpowered Kendrick. I mean Kendrick. Don't get me wrong. Like if he plays swimming pools or
Okay,
don't
okay.
kill my vibe, I don't think any song or
So
all right.
you think it's a TKO Drake if they go to a
Yeah,
versus?
Drake is it's not it won't be fair because
My favorite.
versus battle is hit versus hit.
I went, man, Jadakiss, man. That was tough, man.
I
That was a
I seen
tough,
that one. I seen that
yeah.
one.
And the locks, man. That was, man. That was a iconic NYC hip hop moment. It was incredible. I think hopefully it'll be good. It won't be like the one, I'm from St. Louis. And
Hmm.
man, I don't know what happened with the one with Nelly. Do you remember that? I mean,
Yeah,
do you remember his internet kept it
yeah,
kept
that was
going out?
weird. Yeah.
I was sending out the back cave to all my people, like everybody in St. Louis, man, get off the internet, dog. Get off the internet. We got to free it up for Nelly. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because I think he had a little fun with a little beverage before he came on the field. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of what was another one I seen? Soldier Boy had one, and they were just they. I think they all have a little too much fun,
Because
and
it was him and Luda, and I feel like Nelly. I mean, because he's got what a double. He's got a diamond albums, right?
yeah,
Nelly does, right? He's only one of like one, two artists, I think, alive in rap. Is that right? I think. So if you remember, he did Luda, and I feel like Luda was like over there sipping like coconut water beforehand, fresh
hmm
mind, and I feel like his presentation, he was like loaded up. Whereas like Nelly's like, oh man, you remember this cut? Hit that one, and it wasn't like. You know what I mean? Whereas, like you
yeah.
said, it's like hit for hit. I don't know if you remember that one, but
I don't know, but I just want to say this real quick. It might be a hot take, but if Drake ever does a versus battle, I think he wins every time.
you
Every
do.
time.
You think
Yes.
you right now? You think he can't be defeated?
In a versus battle, no.
Yeah.
Because we were playing hit for hit. I think this is what argument I had with my family. If
Okay.
Chris Brown and Drake went against each other in a versus battle, Chris Brown is a greater artist
Yeah.
by in my opinion.
Great
But
performer.
Drake will destroy him. Yeah, Drake
Who?
will
Now that
destroy.
will be a good one. That will
That
be a
would be a great
great.
one.
That would
I,
be a
I,
great
I've
verse.
been
I
I've
mean,
been
so
texting Chris
obviously,
Brown like trying to make it happen.
yeah, definitely different genres, but man, they're both beast mode. All right, we got to go to the chat. Kayla said she's going Kayla out. All right, Kayla. All right, we hear you, Kayla. Angela said definitely Kendrick. So that's two right now. The chat is 2-0 right now for Kendrick. And
Was it
Janae
on the deep note? And
and Janae said, nah, he's right. The beef is over. Drake lost. So right now the chat is going
3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
3-0. Shit. So we gotta drop a shout out to the chat for that, for pulling up. All right, so
3-0.
you think he's undefeated. The chat believes that the beef is over. So where do they go from here? That's the question. That's what's question. All right. So here's the other thing. Gotta ask you guys, chat. Um, drop 5 songs that would win a Kendrick versus Drake versus. Kendrick versus Drake. What are the top 5 songs that would win the versus?
I don't think I can answer that one.
Hold on. We got hey man, we got people riled up talking about this. All right, Janae said that's the whole thing with the beef. They're both good artists, make good music and their own type of music. The beef with Drake and Kendrick just tried to make us pick sides and divide. So what do you think about Janae saying that? Janae is saying both great artists. She's saying the industry, the media is trying to make fans pick sides and divide.
um, again, because that's what Drake is suing for. He's suing because he thinks the industry is against him. Uh, but I think the industry is just picking the most popular. That I think they are biased because who is the most popular right now? I'm sorry Drake didn't come out with Not Like Us, beat Kendrick to the punch, but Kendrick he came out with a masterpiece song, and that's who they're picking. They're picking the most popular. Not Like Us won 5 Grammys. They had to pick the most popular.
Right. All right. So another one, Janae said, like Dejon said, if swimming pools comes on, it's lit. But if an OG Drake song comes on, I'm jamming to that too. Janae, I'm with you. Because I'm gonna tell you this. I was telling this to someone else, Janae and Dejon and the chat. I've never been in a set or a situation or hanging out with some people, and people are like, hey, can you drop that Kendrick? It just, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. Whereas, like, think about it. You hear a Drake song, and you could think about the moments of your life or where you were, what was going on when he dropped that song. I mean, he's got so many bangers. That might be an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, have you been? I'm gonna ask you, have you been out? You I know you're a big Kendrick guy. Have you been in a situation where people are like, hey man, drop that Kendrick?
Uh, Now you got me there. You got me there. That's why Kendrick
Let's
is
go. Let's go,
Kendrick is
baby.
only for the select few who likes, like, not select few, but for the people that want to listen to him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Drake is the club. He's the club maker. He makes the songs for the clubs and people going out to party and all that. But Kendrick, you actually have to be like, yeah, I want to listen to Kendrick right now. Not just not all right. Just put on some Kendrick. Nah, but me personally, I'd be
Uh,
like, yeah, I'm waiting for Kendrick to drop. I'm waiting. I'm gonna put some Kendrick on. That's me. But majority, nah, it's Drake.
yeah. All right. So let's switch up gears a little bit since we're talking about great. Let's also debate something wild. All right, let's be real. If we're talking straight bars, Kendrick has it in the bag, right?
Yeah, it's not even
But
close.
but like you said, if we're talking about hits, you're talking about Hotline, Bling, and you're talking about God's Plan at Versus. It's like a Ferrari and an F
Uh,
150, and it depends on the road you're driving on. Try to put a little, you know what I'm saying? But if we go song for song, add a hip hop function, Kendrick washes easy, man.
yeah, but then yeah, like I said, but if it's a versus battle, Drake is untouchable. You got you got so many bangers. You got so many songs. You got so many featurings from Drake. Like it's never ending. Like I said, because repeatedly going.
Yeah.
But lyrics, yeah,
I
hip
will
hop.
tell you this. Rap should be happy for this battle because think about this. Before this, rap was it was stale. It really was
It's getting
stale.
boring. It's
It was getting
getting.
bored. Right. Remember, we went to a time where there wasn't a rap song in the top 25 before this. You remember that?
Mhm. I was actually having an argument with one of my boys about that, and I said that I was like, it hasn't, like, rap was going down. We had people going to country. Beyonce went to country. Lil Nas X dropped the country song.
Yeah.
Like it was, we was having people go to country, and that's where it was going on a decline.
Yeah. And here's the thing I will say. I don't know if it's so much a conspiracy. Maybe the record labels look at this, Dejon, and they said Drake winning this long is bad for business.
Mm,
I'm just saying, I'm just floating it out there. I'm thinking, so not as a conspiracy, we don't like Drake, but it's bad for business because he's dominating the game for so long.
I'll just have to debunk that.
All
I
right.
can't agree with that because again, I'm on Drake's side. If Kendrick, I can't do nothing about Kendrick going into hiding for however many years. That hurt me, but I can't do nothing about it. So who was keeping the game strong? It was Drake. It was Drake kept coming out with hits, kept coming out with new songs almost every year. It was he was actually keeping the game together.
Okay. All right. So we got something new. We got something new. I got something for you, Dejan. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
switch it up a little bit. Got to get your hot takes. This is called cap or fact. Are you
Mm-hmm.
ready? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Mahomes is already a top 5 QB all time. Cap or fact?
Cat.
Wow.
Cat.
Why do you say that?
You got so many greats, and you can't put him in that category, top five is top five. Like that could be a Mount Rushmore minus one. That could be a that could be a Mount Rushmore. That could
Now
be
we said top three. Is he top three right now?
oh top three. That's even
Yeah.
worse. Okay, no, yeah, definitely Cat. No, that no, especially after that performance on Sunday. Never, never. I
Man,
mean,
yeah.
I think once it's all said and done, like once his career is over, he's only like what 8 years deep into the NFL. Once his career is all said and done, he will be top three. But right now, no.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this one it took a little bit of shine. I'm definitely a Patrick Mahomes supporter from back in the Texas Tech days, Big 12, watching him play. I think the biggest thing, and not to get too deep into football, but I think just the lack of adjustments, right?
Yeah,
Like you would have liked to have seen them doing some more audibles and figure things out. I think at the very, very end they did, but I think
it's too
Brady,
late.
I gotta tell you, I think Brady would have figured that out.
Brady would have 100. I hate Brady would have had. I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah,
Only team to stop him twice. But Brady would have definitely. He would have never went out that sorry.
yeah.
40-14. Come
I
on.
mean, just some things like just finding the open receivers, some hot routes. I mean, they were holding the ball. I mean, just some simple things, but yeah. But anyway, all right. So you think that's cap? All right. The next one we have Shakari Richardson would have dominated in the 2000s. Cap or fact? Come on, Shakari, the 2000s.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go fact. I'm gonna go fact. But it's scary to say that because I think I won't put nobody past nobody. There might have been substances used, but
Come on now, come on. We have
but
no, we have no, uh, we have no substantive evidence of that.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna say fact. She I think my personal opinion, she would have beat Julian at the Olympics if things would have went a different route.
Okay.
She is in my opinion, the fastest woman alive.
Now, mind you, that would have put her with what's her name, Marion Jones era, and at the Marion, because she'll beat Marion Jones in her prime. Because the thing I wanted people to say, if you go
Mary
back
Jones is
and look
nowhere close to Circus Carey, in my opinion.
on times,
Yeah, Shakari, first of all, she has a swag. The way she, if you watch her race, I think Mary would have gave her a race first of all, and she would have all the races she wins, she's celebrating 10 meters before the finish line.
I mean, just a reminder for y'all, Marion did. She had to give him back, but she did win the 100 and the 200 at the Sydney Olympic Games. Now,
She had to give
I,
him back.
but I will say, here's the one thing I will say. Even if you looked at it, you can't deny Marion's greatness, right? Remember, she did
Yeah,
play basketball at the University of
yeah.
North Carolina at the same time. And if you go look at the times of when the testers think that she was blazing before this. I think if
100%.
and you and I were talking before this, you guys had Butch Reynolds come speak to you guys there at
Hmm.
Kent State, right? And I think it was kind of like a situation where people thought other people were doping back in the day, and I think some people began to take controlled substances because they thought other people were, and they were thinking, I can't
Yeah.
compete. That's what again, I'm just giving you a theory from that era, and I'm not excusing said behavior, but she was rolling before she was taking
Yeah,
that.
I'm not taking the drugs into account, all that substance and stuff. That don't mean nothing to me. I just off of what I like.
Okay.
Shakari is such a different beast. She, like I said, she celebrates 20 or 10, 15 meters before the finish line. If somebody like Mary gives her a push, she's not going to do that, and she's gonna cruise like she cruised a 10-7. There's some guys I know that can't even like
Okay.
can't even comprehend that. So she's dominating in 2000s
I
easily.
mean, I just want to go just for the record because we got to keep it a buck because we have fact checkers on here. Marion ran 1065
Ah,
in
I know, I know,
1998. That was 2 years.
I
I
know,
just want to tell you guys, she ran 1083 in Greece,
I
right?
know.
In 97. I mean, that's what I'm saying. People, if you go back and look at a resume, that is tough.
That is. But what do they say about Michael Jordan? We're done with the 90s. We're done, we're
That's
done with
all
the
right.
90s.
So okay, so going back to the question, cap or fact that
Fact.
Shakari would. All right. So you say fact. What does the
Yeah.
chat say? I say cap. I say cap. I think that Marion Jones, I think that the runners are there. I don't think she'd dominate. I think she'd been in the mix. I don't know about dominate. That's a
Think
strong word.
dominates.
You know what I mean? Because I'm talking about just track. I'm not getting into persona and swagger
No,
and
yeah,
things.
no, yeah.
Hey, and I just
Just
want to
running.
remind you, Marion was super. They were like a power couple. Remember her and CJ, her shot putter husband. They were like,
Mm,
remember she was on Oprah.
yeah,
Marion
I
Jones was
remember
on
that.
Oprah.
I
I'm talking
remember
about
that.
back when Oprah was Oprah too, not like an Oprah now. We're talking about Oprah in her prime.
Over in her prime.
Well, you
I don't
know, she
remember
had the
that.
show. She had the show still. You know.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys said okay. Here is the next question. Cap or fact? NIL has made college athletics better than ever. Cap or fact?
Cat.
Really? You
I think
live
it's
in the
cat.
NIL era. Break that one down for me.
I love
How?
it. Me
Hey,
personally, I
as
love
you
it.
say,
I love
how Sway? How?
it. I love it. But the sport itself, it completely ruined. It ruined everything. Now you got people transferring because they're not getting enough money. You got people uh wanting they're feeling like they're professional. My personal whole thing is like college, this is the grind area. This is how you get to that point of time professionally where you could ask for that money. You could get that money. But now we got it here. I know a kid literally at Kent State that's making a lot of money. A lot
Making
of
some
money.
bread.
Yeah. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but he's making a
Sure.
lot of money. So but now he's just like, and for another example, Angel Reese, she really didn't want to go professional. She could have stayed in college and made probably as much as she's making professionally. And that's just where that problem lies. It's just like now people are trying to get extra eligibility. People are the whole NCAA thing with football. People are trying to stay. People are trying to like they're leaving schools because the schools didn't give them this much in NIL, so they're leaving. It's a problem.
All right,
It's
so
ruining the
you're
sports world.
calling cap.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going cap. All right, I'm gonna go fact. I'm gonna go fact.
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you why. You looked at most of the sports, it's been the most competitive era ever. So
Mm.
some of you guys are
Mm.
sitting at home and you're thinking about programs. Think about it. Before NIL and the transfer portal, you would have to take 4 years to rebuild. Now, in one season, look at Coach Prime, Colorado. They turned it around rather
And
quickly.
they're turning around.
You know what I mean? And I think it's great for the players because I think it is. You have coaches making $12 million. $12 million, Dejon. I mean, look it up. Go look at Coach K's salary. Go look at Nick Saban's
That's
salary.
great.
And you had student athletes over here eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the dorm. That's foul. That's foul, man. Pay the players their money.
They pay them, yeah. And now they got NCAA, the game,
And so
EA
that's
Sports.
look at the tournament last year. Look at this past year. Now teams are competitive, right? Because y'all forget the teams used to hoard players, sit them on their bench for 2 or 3 years just so the other team couldn't get them. Now they gone. They're like, Audi, we out.
But
See,
see, that's I feel
you
like
know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. You snapped on that one. But then I read a story. There was like I said, the reason why I said what I said because there's a story on a kid he competed at Florida, and
Right.
he literally asked. He was the best offensive lineman on that team. He literally asked the coach, "This is what I want in NIL, and this is it." The coach said, "I can't give you that. That's a lot." He said, "All right, bet," and then he left. He left because of that. The team was great. The team they could have rebuilt. They could have been in that contender spot next year, but because he didn't get the NIL, he left.
Right.
And now he probably gonna create a super team somewhere. They probably gonna go to OSU.
Right.
They just created a super team with the national champs.
Yeah. I mean, you had, like I said, you had players eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. If a college can pay $95 million contract to a
To a
coach,
coach.
why
I
shouldn't
agree.
a
I
star
agree.
quarterback get a slice. And
Get a
college
slice.
athletics has been $1 billion business. NIL just made it real, right?
That's
Because
fair.
we
That's
know
fair.
there was looking back to some of those '90s Miami teams. Let's not act like players weren't. You look at UNLVs, they were riding in some whips, right? Go look at
That's fair.
Michigan. So, all right, chat. Got to ask you guys this chat poll is drop a money bag if the NIL is saving college sports. So drop the money bag emoji if the NIL is saving college sports, or an angry face if the NIL is ruining the game. Let us know what you think. Or is it saving it? Is it ruining it? We want to hear from you. All right. So the NIL is so wild. Some high school quarterbacks are making more money than backup QBs in the NFL. How do you get an NIL deal in the 9th or 11th grade, but still need a ride to practice? That's my question for you, Dejon.
That's I love it. Like I said, I from what I said, don't mix it up. Because I love NIL. I just think they need to do it a different way. Because yeah, these kids are now making money. It's I feel like it's unfair. Because where was that when I was? But I think unbiased, like I'm thinking about the sport from what you just said too. Now I'm reflecting on what you said. I think it's great. It is making people more competitive,
Right. I
especially
mean, now
for the
mind you,
bigger
I
sports.
gotta brag on you for a second. I mean, you do have a dope shirt that you're able to sell. You know what I mean? A merch
Yeah.
deal yourself. You've got some things going on, some NIL deals. And remember, they had a player. I don't know if you remember at the University of Colorado, where Coach Prime is got, well before he got there. And one of the kickers he was a professional skier, and they said you either have to quit skiing or quit football. I mean, that's
Mm.
crazy, man. So, I mean, it's a big deal. All right, so we got to close out with some strong wild card energy. Let's talk about this. What ifs? All right. What if fantasy matchups and scenarios? All right. Would you take a prime Usain Bolt versus Deion Sanders in a 40-yard dash? Who wins, Dejon?
I might have to. I'm biased. I go with my track guy, Usain Bolt. I gotta go, even though he is statistically the probably one of the not so best starters in track and field. That's the key word in track and
Okay.
field. He's going against other sprinters. If he's going against a Deion Sanders in his prime, I'm not giving. I'm not uh, shooting down Deion, but it's Usain Bolt. If we,
Okay.
even his outside his prime, he ran a 4.2 in sweatpants. Like
All right. Now hold up. Let's adjust the question. Would you take a prime Usain Bolt versus Deion Sanders in a 40-yard dash? Who wins?
40. I'm taking Usain Bolt. I gotta take Usain. I gotta.
Wow.
I,
Wow. Right.
again, it's a full. If it's track versus track, I'm not. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to pick Usain in the 40 because that's not his strong suit. But we're going against track and football. Like this is his Usain starts is still crazy. His power and his start is still crazy. Deion Sanders, don't get me wrong, is he? I wouldn't say it'd be a blowout, but it would. Usain's winning for sure.
All right. So you're going with Usain Bolt. All right. So you know what I say, bro? Give me a prime Dion prime. Bolt has them 100 meters easy, but at 40, Dion's
40.
acceleration was a
It's
problem.
crazy. Yeah,
That man
it's crazy.
was running pick six like he had a turbo button.
I it's crazy. Like I said, I'm not down Dion, but Usain Bolt. I gotta stick to my track, guys.
And if I
I
I'm gonna go look while we're talking here. If I want to remember correctly, did Dion win the ACC 200 meters? And that's without even training when he was at Florida State.
don't remember him running track. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, he was all state basketball in high school in Florida, which big state, and obviously one of the best football players. And he ran track.
Mm. That's new knowledge. I didn't know that. That
All
might
right.
that might be
I'm gonna look it up now. I'm gonna look it up.
in the 202. That's crazy. That means he
Yeah. So Deion
got
Sanders, it says here, this is on MLB.com. Fact check me. Yeah, here's what he won. He won a conference championship. The day at Florida State, he did the impossible. This is on MLB.com. So this is not
mm,
some blog, excuse me, run
okay.
by
But
somebody.
then what makes it important? Do you know what time he ran? That's
Well, hold
important.
on, hold on. All right, hey, hold on. Stay with me now. Stay with me. So here's the deal. So here's the deal I gotta ask. So he did that at FSU. So he was playing
A big school.
football. Yep. At Florida State, he played, it says here, this is course 87. It said the team had a semifinal game against Southern Mississippi at 3 p.m. They won. If they won, they would have played another game at 7:30. And it says here he was able to, hold on, I'm reading. Because I do know he's from Fort Myers, and we know there's some dogs coming out of. So it says here that same day he ran on the 4x1 relay, the same day at 7 p.m. that night.
I didn't know Dion was moving like that. Okay.
And hold on. So he ran on the 4x1. What he had never run on the 4x1, it says ever. They finished second with Deion timing. He ran a 10-4 split. After, but he hold on. He ran a 10-4 after playing a full baseball game, bro. Earlier in the afternoon.
That should be warm up then. I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm trolling.
Nah, it's less
Nah, that
elite
is
than
crazy.
it's not 959. We know that. But I'm saying 10-4 after playing. You know,
Playing
baseball
baseball is
games are
crazy.
3-hour
Long.
games.
Yeah, they
You're
long.
in the heat with the sun on you.
Okay, Dion was that guy. Dion
Yeah.
was that guy.
Yeah. So it says right here, legends. So right here, it says in the article, he's the only player, check this out, in NCAA history to win a conference title in two sports on the same day. I'm looking at a picture of him right now. He's got a Jerry curl, a big old lock, and he's running into the third leg. It's on MLB.com.
Oh, he was a third leg too? That's my leg.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
Yeah,
tough.
that's tough.
That's tough.
That I gotta give him props. I didn't know that. I was misinformed, but still give me Usain Bolt. You gotta, you still gotta give me Usain Bolt. I can't go
I
back.
mean, here's the thing though.
40.
We've never seen an athlete like Prime before
No.
in terms of the number of sports that he's playing.
Yeah, no. And being so good at, because there's so many guys that could play multiple sports but be
Right.
good at none.
Right.
But then, but then for Dion to play that many sports, to do that many sports, and be exceptionally good at football, and now I know being decent at track, like wow. And
Yeah, and
baseball, and he won in baseball, like oh.
it says Sanders was named to the Metro Baseball All Tournament team in '87, became a 3-time champion in outdoor track in '88, and was of course a 2-time All-American on the football team. Then came the Braves, the Yankees, Falcons, 49. We know the rest.
Yeah,
That's tough, bro. He's 3-time conference champion and
yeah.
an All-American. Come on, man.
I got to put respect on that man, Dion.
You got to put some respect on his name.
I got to
And
put
you
respect,
can't
Dion.
really compare times because we know the training and technology. I mean,
It's different.
today's athletes are just superior and the coaching superior.
Yeah.
I mean, look at these spikes he has on. I mean, they look like they weigh 5 pounds.
Yeah, I know Spikes is different. Oh my god. If you saying
So hold on. Let me go through that day. This was Saturday, May 16th, 1970. Let me tell you the day. So at 3 p.m. he played a Metro Conference semifinal baseball game. So it's a conference game, not just a
That's
regular old
9 innings.
one-off, right? Then at 7 p.m., he ran the Metro Conference Championship 4x1 relay. Then at 7:30, 30 minutes later, he went and played baseball.
Okay.
And you talking about a 10-4. He had to conserve his energy. He won, my boy. He won.
That's crazy. Oh man, I didn't know Dion. I see why he's cocky. Showboat man. That guy is ridiculous.
Right. You could talk how you want to talk when you're that good.
When
All
you're
right.
that good, no,
Got to
definitely.
ask you. I got another one for you. Wild card scenario. If LeBron played wide receiver in the NFL, how good would he be if he were a wide receiver? What if he played wide receiver in the NFL?
Mm. And he's like the same. He's the same height, same size.
Yeah.
He would probably go down as the best wide receiver with his speed, his hops. Like I always say that football, you're more athletic than basketball players, but the things that basketball players do is crazy. Like especially at his age, 40. So
Yeah.
imagine prime LeBron is playing wide receiver for like the Philadelphia Eagles. To give him the Eagles, give him a good team.
Right.
He's he's dropping numbers.
And we're
He's
talking
dropping
we're
numbers.
talking prime LeBron.
He's dropping numbers.
Yeah.
It's not even close. He's big. He could push somebody off of him. I know what people say in the media all the time about him flopping and all that. That's because that's basketball.
Right.
He gotta do what he gotta do. If he playing football, a physical sport, and he's as big as he is and how tall, nobody's messing with him. And he's fast. He's 2016 chasing down that court for the Iguodala block. Yeah, he's fast.
All right. So gotta ask you this. What's the worst sports take you've ever heard?
I almost had to write a 15-page essay on this. Max Kellerman, I forget his
Yeah.
name. He
Yeah.
was on ESPN, but he got fired. Good.
Yep.
But he said track is not a sport. That's what he said. He said it's a physical competition, whatever that you do. You go jump, you go run, you do what other sports do, but it's not a sport. And that was the worst take I ever heard in my life. For somebody
Okay.
that his whole job is to do hot takes, that was the worst take.
I would say the worst I've ever heard. One of my friends in a group of not it's a mixture of former athletes, non-athletes. One of my friends said that LeBron James had low sports IQ.
See, I never even encountered people like that. I never even had that conversation. You can say all you want about everything else, but his IQ.
I was like, bro, how do you even respond to that? You
You
know what
gotta
I
leave
mean?
it alone. You gotta leave it alone. You can't respond.
I
You won the
think,
argument. I think you just won at that point. When he said,
and then I think another one for me, this is not number one, but another crazy sports take is people who say that Shaq would be useless in today's basketball. Useless.
I don't. For people that say that as well, I don't think they ever watched Shaq play for basketball. I don't think they ever did. I mean, I get it's more physical in the 2000s, but I think that just made if he has the rules now, that would make him even more dominant. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If he's getting hit the way he does and still could finish, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Another one that I had one time I'm in a group chat, and this was early in his career. A buddy of mine said, "Hey, Andrew Wiggins is gonna be the next MJ." I almost blocked this dude. And I didn't even know how to block. I've never blocked anybody. I don't even know how to do it. I'm over here on the internet trying to figure out how to block somebody from the craziest take I maybe have ever heard.
No, that is wild. The next MJ is Andrew Wiggins. Wasn't he a first round bust?
Now this was early in his career, so oh man, that's a good one.
I guess, but you still got LeBron in them. Like, he's got so many other players. Oh my goodness.
I know I gotta ask you about this. Switching up, I know you're a big Olympics fan, right? Every track fan is because that's like the big stage for the Olympics.
That's our goal.
And I gotta ask you about this because there's been a lot of discussion, right? What should be changed? What should stay the same with the Olympics? You know, they added like 3-on-3, but I guess gotta ask you this: should they add 1v1 basketball event at the Olympics?
I don't see why not. They added breakdancing, and we've seen how that went. So, one v one probably they should have. First of all, they should be doing that for the All Star game first, and then add it into the Olympic Games. It 1v1 or 3v3. I think that's very entertaining to watch, especially if you get the big names. Not even people that qualify. Um, that will be so entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you because but you know, the Olympics I think should have a 1v1 basketball game. I mean, could you who wouldn't watch Steph versus Luca in the finals?
1v1, go at it.
That is must
No more
watch
teammates.
TV. You know what I mean?
No more teammates. You're go get it.
All right, so got to ask you this too. Would college sports be better in 2025 and moving forward without the NIL?
Like if we got it in the past and then we lose it in 2025, or if it
If
never happened.
if it just would it be better if we just lost it?
Nah, people are done going to college. Like, I think people are definitely going to do that. One, you got to go to do 1 year of college and then you go professional. Or for football, I think it's like 2 years.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to do that and then leave. It's going to ruin college sports. Because then what are we here for? Like, we just had something great, making money. And then, like you said, we're going back to the peanut butter and jelly stuff.
Going back. See, you
We're
guys
going back.
forgot. You know, Dejon was wilding for a little bit earlier in the show. And you were like, and look, I feel your emotions. I feel everything you're saying. I feel you. And then I remember remember they had the food limit back in the days, obviously before your time, but like walk-ons in football couldn't eat meals because that was a violation. I mean, that's just now it's like guys. I mean, I went to one school, I won't name it. And now, mind you, we know the top 10 programs are making all the money in college sports, $1 billion, bowl games. I drive up to the place, man. It looked like a Dodge dealership, man. It was Hemis, it was Chargers,
Everywhere.
scat
Everywhere.
packs. You know what I mean?
Everywhere. Now, I don't get me wrong. I'm still standing on what I said earlier. I just think they need to do it differently. Like, things got to be different with NIL because now athletes think they just going to do whatever they want. But losing it, nah, nah, we can't do that. Yeah, because you got, like I said, these athletes are staying because of that. You got the new Hellcats. These guys are driving around in cars that they got from the school. Like, it probably is in the contract. If you sign here, we get you a car right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they have deals with the school. I think University of Texas, I believe, has a Lamborghini dealership, and many of them do, right? I mean, not necessarily Lamborghini, but definitely all the American cars. It's crazy. I mean, going to some of these football or athletic facilities on campus, you're like,
Crazy.
woo, it's crazy.
Crazy.
All right, so got to ask you about this as well. All right, finish this statement. Tyreek Hill could beat Usain Bolt in the 100 meters under one condition. Finish the sentence.
If Usain went blind and or handicap.
Very disrespectful, sir. Very
I'm
disrespectful.
sorry. There is no other speculation that could possibly be even true for Tyreek the Hill. Be in 100? In 100? No. No. It's not close.
So you think okay, so is there any other scenario?
If he gets a 50-yard head start, 50-meter head start, 50. It gotta be 50 though. It gotta be 50.
You think it's 50? Come on, man. You don't think Tyreek can hold his own?
40, 20. But if they're right next to each other, no.
That's funny.
If they're right next to each other and there's two different guns, one gun for Tariq to go, and then Usain gets to go after.
I would say in what scenario? I think the scenario where Tyreek could win is if Usain Bolt tripped and fell. I think Tyreek could win then.
That's another one.
In their prime. In their prime.
In their prime, yeah. The only time I ever seen Usain Bolt lose, again, I haven't seen it because I'm younger, but was out of his prime, and that was a 4x1, and he caught a Charlie horse, and he went tumbling. So Terry Hill could be him then for sure, for sure.
All right. So we've been talking NIL. Would you rather have a 10 million NIL deal or be a first round pick?
I gotta go first round pick. First round pick, especially if I'm number one. If I'm one or top five, it's guaranteed contract, and that's money coming in repeatedly, and I get to do what I and first of all, NIL that comes with school, that comes with homework. I'm done with that. First round draft pick, that's money and the sport I love to do. That's
All
all I
right.
could ask for.
If it's me, bro, I'm going with the $10 million deal.
I
I'm
can't.
chilling, bro. Why
I
risk
can't.
CTE in the league when I could be making TikToks and selling merch in the TikTok shop?
You
But
got
but if
chemistry
but if you
exam
want
three.
but if you're a dog and you want that first round respect, legacy versus money, I know my answer.
The money's gonna come in too. Like that million's gonna come in, especially first round. That means you good. You, I'm great at that sport. What? I'm gonna get that contract, and
All
that
right,
contract.
chat poll, first rounder, would you take a first rounder, put a football emoji in the chat, football emoji to be a first round. Of course, that makes you GOAT status. Or if you take the bag, drop the money bag emoji for $10 million in generational wealth. Which one are you picking? Let us hear from you.
10 mil. That's a lot of money, but I can't.
10
I can't.
mil. A lot you can do with $10 million.
That's true, but that's not guaranteed me to go professional afterwards. I can't. I can't. Especially because I just love it. If say if it's track, I have a say there's a draft pick for track, or say if I'm a football guy and I love football
Right.
and that's what I want to do. I have a chance to get CTE, but who doesn't love to do the thing they love to do for a living?
Yeah.
10
Um,
mil, oh, that's a lot of bread. Oh,
it's a lot of bread, man. I'm just saying, we're
in
talking about 10 million in your pocket today.
my pocket today. But what
That's
what
got
what
that
happens if you
that's
have a chance to be a Hall of Famer? Like that stuff you're missing out on. That's
what if you're around here like, Antonio Brown though?
uh,
You know what I mean?
that man just lost his mind. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I reach that level.
They say they say the rumor is they say he's suffering from that three-letter, injury to the
I mean,
mind.
I've seen so many. Oh, it's probably like an hour long clip of Antonio Brown just getting knocked out from hits. That's true. That's
I'm
true.
just saying. I'm going with my 10. You can't even call them 10 bands. What do you call that? What's Deja? What's 10 million?
10 million. I don't even know.
10 milli. 10
I never
milli.
even thought about a name for that because I don't even know if I can. Hold on, I can't. I don't know if I can hear you.
Angela
I
dropped the
gotta go.
money bag. Thank you. Angela dropped the money bag. Angela, I'm with you. Angela, what you buying? What are you buying? What's the first thing you're buying with your 10 mil? And we got some more chat. Johnny,
Close.
Johnny, the homie John A, pull up. She drops, boom, the football emoji.
Football. Mm-hmm.
I, she pulled a. Hey, so Johnny's going for for GOAT status. She's going for GOAT status.
Oh, okay. I don't think. Oh wait, you lagging? You lagging? Or am I lagging? I don't know. I don't know if you hear. I can hear you now if you there.
All right, had to jump off midstream, y'all. I had an Apple emergency. The Apple emergency is my computer was on red, and if anybody's ever had and it has an Apple, I have a MacBook Pro. That's like a code red. That's a code
There
red
it is.
because that joker is subject to dying at any moment.
It
So
will go gone quick too.
right, that's what I'm saying. All right, so you would so we know how Angela would go money bag, John A would go status. All right, so here is the other. Would you rather be the Michael Jordan of one sport or average in two professional sports?
I'm going easy. Michael Jordan of one sport. Excuse me, LeBron of one sport. I gotta go one because I'm not Dion. I can't. My body hurts off of one, and and two. I feel like if you the goat, the greatest of all time,
Yeah.
that's obviously quick money. First of all, that's guaranteed contracts. That's just quicker to retirement. I think that's a quicker step to get my family to where they need to be. And I get to just focus on one thing. Yeah, yeah. And don't get me started on endorsement deals and yeah, nah. The one sport. I'm going one sport.
All right, I'm with you on this one. I'd rather be the Michael Jordan in basketball than the Tristan Thompson in two sports.
And two sports, crazy. But I bet you nobody even knows he's still on the team. Probably.
Hey, goats live forever, man. No one's talking about like, oh, he was mid at two things, right? Pick one, be great, and make history.
Michael
All
Jordan,
right.
Michael Jordan. He'll go down as
All right, chat. Chat, gotta ask you guys, drop me emoji, drop the goat emoji if you'd rather be the goat. Now, here's the other thing. Send me, there's like a emoji that has like two arrows. Would you be averaging two things? Now, here's the other thing. You make a lot of bread, though, being two, that's two checks. Right. And if you play like baseball, have you seen the salaries over there?
woo, woo.
I
They
mean,
got money over there.
they have some bread, man. So you get two paychecks.
They got money, but then, like you said, you have a risk of CTE. You got that risk. You got that risk of some crazy injury.
I don't know, man. That would be a tough one. I'd rather be the Michael Jordan, but you know what? I can understand. I'm trying to think right now who's average in two sports right now. I can't think of anybody. That's how hard it is to do two sports.
Um,
I can't even think of them. I mean, the fact that Travis is doing, I think the athletes today are so good. I think it's very difficult to do two sports.
two sports. What you was about to say, Travis Hunter, it does two positions, but that's basically two sports right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think if you were Travis, would you try to play offensive defense like he's doing at Colorado in the past, or would you focus on one side of the ball?
if I'm if I had the capabilities of him, I'm doing two. Because now that alone, I don't think he would have been a top five draft pick if he didn't do those two positions.
Okay.
If he was
What about in the NFL? What would you do in the NFL? Would you try to focus on one, or would you?
NFL one, I'm not dying out there. Especially if I'm on a trash team. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going both ends. I'm gonna focus on that one.
Okay. All right.
Which I
So
do
man,
think Travis, since he's going to be a top five pick, he's going to a trash team, and I think he should focus on one position.
okay, 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 okay. All right. So I got to ask you about this. Switch it back a little bit to sports entertainment. I don't know if you saw this, but right before we went on, I saw on TMZ that um, Ye and his wife are headed to divorce, apparently.
Divorce.
Are
That's
you
yeah.
surprised by this
No,
after the recent Grammy situation?
the Grammy situation. not gonna say anything else after, but the Twitter situation he's been doing, yeah, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. I didn't. I'm not surprised at all. It's Kanye. You're just gonna expect what to expect.
Yeah, I think after he went on that meltdown again, whew, man, I don't know, man. Because think about it, that's what he's like in Twitter. Can you imagine, or X? Can you imagine what the house is like? I mean, what do you think's going on at home? This dude's probably crashing out every 15
Every
minutes.
day. I
Every
feel like
day.
he's
I'm
too
talking about
good.
every 15 minutes in the day. you, you're being generous.
He's he's different. He's crazy. I miss the old Kanye.
I miss that old Kanye. All right. So you're in it. So I don't know if you've been following him. Would you buy, excuse me, any of his new gear? I saw he had some slides out. He went and sold those. You can find them online. They're $20.
I have not seen his new stuff. When it first came out, I was all over it. I love
Yeah,
the Yeezy stuff, but nah, not
yeah.
now. Nah.
Is it the just all of his antics, or is it just like that was a moment and you're moving on?
Moment, and I think it's a little bit of both. I don't think I could be wearing, because like I said, the things he's putting on X is crazy, and I don't think that should be represented. But then also, it was just a moment. It was like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what was hot right then
yeah,
and then there.
yeah. All right. So what's crazier, right? We got to talk about this. What's crazier? Is it Ye's behavior, or one of the things we have to talk about is the fact that 43-year-old, grown, married with a child, Serena Williams, was at the Super Bowl crip walking in K Dot's performance, which is wilder.
Kanye. I expected Serena. I didn't expect Serena because that surprised me too. That was a great moment to see. But Kanye was definitely crazier. Kanye, that because it came out of nowhere. We first of all we knew Kendrick Lamar was going to perform at the halftime show. You just gotta you if you were thinking about it,
Right.
you know he's going to do something crazy or something out of the ordinary. But Kanye was so just why? Like, why did you? It came out of nowhere. The whole dress thing at the Grammys, like, why? I don't think he was invited. They said, I heard somebody say he wasn't even invited. So why are you doing the stuff you're doing?
All right. So I don't know if you saw this. Stephen A said earlier this week on Monday, he said if that was his lady, his wife, he would say she wouldn't be married to me because you're so interested in your ex that you're thinking about him, that you're out in front of the world, in front of a billion people on TV dancing. It was a hot take, and a lot of people, they weren't happy with it. How would you handle the situation? What's your opinion?
First, I think Stephen A. didn't mind his business. Second,
Well, she was on the Super Bowl, right? It's not like she danced at a private party. I mean, she was at the Super Bowl halftime, Dejon.
but like you gotta understand first, um, in the whole song, not like us, Kendrick Lamar brought up Serena in the song. He said, "You better not speak on Serena." So was it crazy for her to be crit walking basically on her ex? Crazy, yes, but I don't think it was disrespectful to the husband. I'm pretty sure like they had conversations and so on and so on. And I even seen clips of I watched backstage clips where Kendrick was practicing, the dancers was practicing, and even Serena was practicing. So I don't think it was that crazy. Was it? I did see the talks about she's still worried about her ex or she's disrespecting her husband because she's doing this for
Yeah,
her ex.
yeah.
But like, if that was my woman and I know what happened between y'all wasn't great, yeah, go crip walk on that stage.
All right, but before we got to get the chat involved. We're going to keep talking about this, Deja. But we have a lot of people in the chat. We got specifically. I would love to hear from the women. What is your take on this? Specifically of her performing? Would you do it? Do you support her doing it? And Dejon, go ahead. But drop if you support it, drop a ring emoji, a diamond ring emoji in the chat. Let me know what you guys think. Dejon, go ahead. I want to hear it. You're saying Stephen A's wrong. You don't agree with
Yeah,
Stephen A's take.
I'm 100%. I do not agree at all. Especially because I did my research. I knew about this for a while. What Drake did, he was like dragging Serena's name through the mud. And like, if you know, she can't really say nothing because it's Drake. He's on top of the world at the time. He's up here. So when you have a moment with the biggest star at that moment with Kendrick Lamar, and
Okay.
as a husband, whatever, or boyfriend, whatever he is to her, and I know that he was dragging her name through the mud. Yeah, go do it.
Okay.
This is already stomping on Drake's career. Go do it. You
Yeah.
just go.
Look, if it was anybody else, we probably wouldn't even be talking about this. But
Nah,
this is Serena Dejon. I
Serena
mean,
Williams, the best tennis
she's
player in the world.
she's dancing on a diss track for her ex in front of the world. And she's not just nodding a line, Dejon. She is hitting the crip walk on national TV during the Super Bowl while her
That
husband
was
watched.
great.
Yo, that was wild.
That was great.
All right, so let me flip this. Hold on. Stay with me now. Let's flip this real quick. If a married dude got on stage and started vibing to a roast song for his ex, would it be like, oh, he's just having fun? Or would they be like, bruh, why are you giving that energy to your ex? See what I mean?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, y'all.
But
Drop. Hold on, real quick. Drop a ring in the chat, and if you're vibing what she's doing, and hit the eyes if you're like, nah, it's low key disrespectful to her husband. Go ahead, Dejon.
I feel like it's just so much we don't know. Like, cause that was so unexpected. I feel like we
What
just
you mean?
with Serena, there's so much we don't know. I
I
think
mean, she's married. What else? I'm sorry, sir.
I
I
know,
mean,
I know, but like, cause we don't know if they talked about it. They don't know if she just agreed out of nowhere and then talked to her husband about it. I think it was a great move. I think if Kendrick had a point to get across, and that I read the interview too. He said that he's been wanting to work with Serena on something, and it just so happened to be this. I think it was petty, 100%, but I think it was a great move. If you're gonna play, if I don't get too much into it. I don't want to get too
all
much
right.
into
Let
it.
me ask you this: Does it make the husband look a little, you know? I don't want to use the word weak, but does it put him in a bad position as a spouse? I mean, think about this: your friends, your family, your in-laws, all these people are watching you, clearly heavily involved, thinking about your ex. You know what I mean?
hmm
I'm just saying. I mean, think about it from that angle. I'm just asking a question. I don't have an opinion on this yet.
I can see that,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
I know she was dancing to Not Like Us, but what if she was just dancing because it's Compton? That's where they're
Come
from.
on,
It's a
come
West
on,
Coast track. It's a West Coast track.
come on, Dave.
It's
Hey,
a
man,
West Coast track. Why if she's just dancing? Because she was named in the song. She was named.
I just want to say this. Remember when I was talking about K Dot fans and people that support him reaching? This is a reach right here,
How is
man.
that a reach? I feel like
That
it's
was a reach.
reaching
That was
because
a reach of a take.
a lot of people didn't know Serena was dating Drake. I feel like that's a reach. I feel like that's a reach.
I mean, you over here talking about she might have been just dancing to the Not Like Us,
Because it's
man.
Compton. It was the
This thing
West
goes
Coast.
back. This thing goes back years, Dejon. The
But
him
I
mentioning
have
Drake.
talked to a lot of people and they didn't know Serena dated Drake. I talked to a
I
lot
mean,
of
just that.
people
I mean, and I'm not trying to be argumentative. I'm just trying to get an understanding. How does that change things that people didn't know?
because I also because like the whole performance was, if you're not looking at symbols or whatever, all that, if you just looking at it from a naked eye, it's a West Coast thing. Like it's Kendrick Lamar being West Coast, the way he's dancing, the way everybody else is dancing. It's a West Coast thing. So
I don't know.
if you know Serena, she's from the West Coast. So, and she was
I
wearing
mean,
blue. She was
I don't
wearing
know.
blue.
I would support you if she wasn't like 43 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. I mean, I love y'all know I love tennis. First of all, I'm a huge tennis fan. Love the game of tennis. Gone to matches, watch it. I follow it. Been to the US Open. Huge Serena fan. Watched the movie, the documentary, but I don't know about this one, fam. I don't know about this one. I don't know. See, I mean, at what point is it time to just be like, you know what, Kendrick, I appreciate this opportunity, man, but maybe this is better for someone else.
But it's the Super Bowl. It's the Super, and it's Kendrick. I don't know how close their relationship is, but they're both from the same place. I'm pretty sure their relationship is close. Who wouldn't do that for him?
All right, now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go to the comments here in a second. So we have some comments. So if you're on here, drop your comment. But if anything happens in a relationship, you guys know how this is gonna turn out. People are gonna point back to
Ah,
that moment because you know how
ah.
this goes, and they're gonna see, remember we talked about the crack in the dam. I'm just saying, the internet's going
Actually,
crazy.
I just
The
seen a
internet's
picture.
going crazy.
I just seen a picture. Her and her boyfriend were spotted like at a beach. They're cool. They chilling.
Hey, today's today. I'm just saying, Deja, you know I'm done. You know I'm
I know.
right
I
here.
know.
You know people are gonna point back to this.
Yeah,
I
yeah. They're gonna
mean,
get him. They're gonna get him.
they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. All right, so I'm gonna go to the comments. Angela dropped the ring, right? Like Beyonce the ring. Okay, Angela, I see you. I see you. Shout out to John A. She also put it. All right, the women they're 2-0 now. The 2-0. Not a lot of people agree with me. They're with you on this one, Dejan. Uh,
Yeah.
Number 3. So Angela comes back. She spins a block on this one and said, and you can answer this. I'll let you answer. She asked a question, which is a question is a statement. Who would turn down dancing at the Super Bowl?
To an extent, I probably would a couple. I mean, it is a Super Bowl. If it's like Katy Perry or Lady Gaga asking me to dance now, no, but yeah, who wouldn't turn it down for a song that is the most won 5 Grammys? I'm dancing. I'm out
Okay.
there.
I'm gonna raise my hand. I'm that guy. I had to do a hard pass on this one, not because I don't
What?
like Kendrick. I would do a hard pass on this one, man. Because here's the thing, it's brilliant on the part of Kendrick, right? Like we're talking about it now. This was a buzz of a performance in that sense, and it's brilliant on his part. However, if you're Serena, there's people looking at you with the side eye. You know what I mean? They're like, what's really going on? You spend a lot of energy thinking about some Drake, because then it asks other questions, right? Because I'm thinking, okay, is she really digging her husband, or is it because right, he's the guy that created Reddit, right? I believe the Reddit, the most visited website in the world. So he has some bees, and we're talking about billions. So you have to wonder. He's got the lifestyle, the luxury, and she of course, has her own money, but there's a big difference between having 40, 50, 100 million and a
Yeah,
billion.
yeah.
So was she really rocking with this dude? And she looking over there at the lifestyle because Drake had, you rolling with Drake, that's a whole different buzz and energy. The Reddit dude doesn't have all that.
Yeah, true. I mean, I just want to also announce he had two of Drake exes on the stage.
Who was
He
the
had
other one?
SZA, him and SZA dated. So
But
okay.
but does she count? Because I mean, Drake at this point is he's messed with everybody. It seems like. All right,
Okay.
what do you think? All right, I'm gonna go to the comments. Hold that. I'm coming right back to it. Dejan. Johnny said, shout out to Johnny. I mean, like you guys said, they're from the West Coast and ride hard together. Okay, I rock with that. And then she want to say, and like Dejan said, she's riding with you. She said her husband probably was like, hey, go turn up, especially with the entire beat between Kendrick and Drake too.
The
So
husband could be a Kendrick fan. We don't.
Hey, it's very, very likely. It's very likely. I'm just saying though. I would first of all, shout out to the chat, man. We've had a great chat. Angela, Janae, it's been great. Kayla pulled up. We've been having a great chat, you guys. We're gonna keep rolling because Dejon had another thought, but before that, tell us the best part of the show so far, the best topic that you thought was hot. So,
Not
all
gonna
right,
lie, I
Dave.
forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying.
Janae, what you mean? She said he probably is after the Super Bowl. Well, Janae, what do you mean by that? She said he probably is after the Super Bowl now.
I
Janae's
said,
huh?
go off what she said. I have a lot of Canadian friends, and they was like, they all texted you at that night saying, Kendrick snapped, Kendrick killed it. I might have to, I might have to be a fan now. I'm like, hey, you're welcome. Come over here.
I don't know, man. It could. I'm just saying, and I want to be. Oh, she said right, a Kendrick fan. That's funny. He probably is. So she said, Janae's saying he probably is a Kendrick fan after the Super Bowl. Now that's fair. If they put your wife on the stage, I'm with you on that, Janae. All right. So, but she says she's still a Drake fan. All right. So like you, and you were saying
Unfortunately,
this earlier that you are also still a Drake fan. You just like Kendrick more.
I like Kendrick more. Yeah, I'm a. What time is it? I don't know what time it is, but Drake, Drake's dropping at midnight. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen unbiasedly, but I'm still I'm more of a Kendrick Lamar fan. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the answer of this question, I think this is a hot take, will depend on your age. I think if you're a little older, you might think, and that probably, me, I think it could come off as low-key disrespectful to her husband. That said, I know she had a great time.
Which
And
I agree because that's why Stephen A. So he said because yeah, it's like I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's like an older person thing.
right,
Yeah.
right. And here's the thing. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think there's different people have different opinions.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, you know what I mean? And here's the other thing, right? If they're cool with it and they've worked it out between them, you know, then if they like it, I love it.
Yeah.
And we know when people say that, that means they don't even like it. But
They
anyway,
don't even like it. They just
it's
if you
like my
like it, I
aunt
love
when you
it.
get my aunt, if I was gonna do something, she said, well, baby, if you like
You
it, I
like
love
it, I
it.
love
I was like,
it.
dang, she don't even really rock with it like that.
All right, I understand.
Oh man. All right, so gotta ask you guys this. We got to ask the chat as we kind of wrap things up here. Chat, we need you guys to come through. First of all, you guys, shout out to the chat. You guys been amazing. Dejon, has the chat not been
Yeah,
dope?
all of them. Yeah. Thank
What's
y'all for
been
coming.
Yeah, but here's the thing we got to ask you guys. Dejon, you can let's let them chime in a little bit.
Yeah.
But what do you think has been the wildest take on this show so far on the stream? You guys, chat, go to the chat. What's been the wildest take? Was it me? Was it me? You know what I mean? Talking about Serena. What was it? What's been the wildest take? You this 43-year-old grown woman with a child, married to a billionaire, crip walking at the Super Bowl halftime. If
I
it's me, go ahead and say it. I'm cool with it.
I don't even think it's you. I think I had one of the wildest takes. I think one of my takes was pretty wild.
Which one? Which one?
It was the the I'm trying to think of the company name, the chain.
Oh yeah.
The chain. I think I do. I'm one of those conspiracists. I am one. I think it was more than what it was, but I think that is a wild take. That is a wild take. Because I
Oh
didn't even
man.
know that was. I knew what is the brand's name? What's the
Uh
brand name?
the name of his company,
Yeah,
it's PG Lang.
PG Lang. I
PG
knew a
Lang.
PG Lang, but I never knew what the. I didn't know what the logo was.
And people are
So
all on Twitter. They're like, man, he put the A minor on his
a
name. I'm like,
reminder.
you're just like, although I'm gonna say this, I thought it was at the Grammys when he was walking up on stage and he said that, and then the whole crowd said it back to him, kind of
The
like
whole
being.
crowd went stupid.
I'm
Even
gonna
at the
tell you
Super
what.
Bowl, I did not expect the Super Bowl for everybody to say the A minor part. I don't think he expected it either, because usually he'll stop singing. He will never sing the A minor part, and he'll let the crowd sing it.
Yeah,
But at the Super Bowl, he sang it just a little bit until he heard the crowd, and then he stopped. Because
yeah.
I don't think anybody knew the whole crowd was gonna sing the A minor, and
I
then
thought
everybody.
I thought it was a little interesting. I thought it was a little interesting that with all the stuff with the Diddy situation, lawsuit going on, and many lawsuits. There's just one file. Literally, I was on TMZ while we've been talking. There was another lawsuit, another one. We're not
Yeah,
gonna get
another
into it.
one.
But
I seen that.
right, we see another one. This man's in jail, going to the ER for his knee or whatever. But some of the people in the crowd, Dejon, they were at everybody. Oh, I left before. How did everybody leave, man? I'm calling cap on that one. This group of people that we know, some of the folks in the audience were at the Diddy parties, and you're over here singing A minor. That's weird to me. That's weird, bro. It's weird.
That whole situation's weird. It keep getting more, because it's just like this person was there. Next week, another person said that they're gonna say another person was there. Like once they said Marlon Wayans was there, I was like, all right, I don't even know what to believe no
You
more.
see what I'm saying, bro? But
Yeah,
we know some of these people were at the party.
100%.
And this group is singing. I was like, you know what? I'm not saying anything about the song. I'm just saying maybe this group isn't the one to chime
They be
in. You know what
singing,
I'm
chiming in, because they not like they
saying?
not
right,
us. They,
right.
he's talking about you. Right?
He's talking about the children stuff. I'm like, that's some of y'all that have been accused of this. You know what I'm saying?
He's talking about you.
He's talking about
You're
you. It's not they, it's you. You should just be saying we, right? They not like us. It's a we. All right, man. This is our first full stream. My first time ever just doing a live stream that's pretty much just sitting down, chopping it up. Obviously, you and I've done other shows together. You've been on
Mhm.
other shows. I've been on other shows. What was your experience here? We just sat down, had some ideas that we wanted to go through. What is your take on it?
I had fun. This is like, especially after a long day, like because we didn't prepare for the meet Friday and Saturday. It was just fun to just talk. And with all my other friends, like I tell you, I argue about this Kendrick stuff all the time, and they think I'm arguing. I know I'm talking. Like we're just talking. Like this is what it is. And I had fun.
Yeah, and I think that the cool thing about it is like everybody's got their opinion on it. And
Mhm.
you can
That's
argue
what it's
both.
for.
You and I could both argue both sides of the situation. Not saying we
Yeah.
agree, but we could argue both sides. I could argue the Kendrick side, and I can definitely argue the Drake side. I mean, that's how crazy of a situation it is.
That's what people need to like. That's what beef is for. That's what
Right.
rap beefs are for. I mean, that's not probably they probably really do hate each other, but
Right.
on the outside looking in, it's for people to be arguing. This is what gets people going. That's why sports is a thing.
Right.
People wonder like, if you like the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm gonna let you know why I like the Giants, and it's the same thing for Drake. You like Drake, I'm gonna let you know why I like Kendrick, and that's what makes everything fun.
Yeah. All right. Gotta ask the chat this. Chat, would you guys pull up if we did this again? Maybe, I don't know how often Dejan and I have to talk about this. Would you guys drop a thumbs up emoji?
Pull up, pull up.
Would you pull up if we did another show? And what else would you like to see us do? This is our first one. All right. So this is my first. So this is 90 minutes. I've never been on a stream this long before. And the only thing that happened, my computer almost died, but I was at first worried, like, man, would my camera overheat?
I got scared. I didn't know what that was. I'm like, am I the only one on this live?
Hey, but I got to give it to you, man. You were steady with it.
And I had fun. It's like I didn't even realize it was 90 minutes long. It was just keep going back. Like I said, it was just conversating.
Yeah. And it's been a
I
while.
was having fun.
We hit everything, right? We hit Kendrick versus Drake. We talked about Serena's Super Bowl moment, the GOAT, subliminal diss, sports hot takes. Y'all in the chat were going crazy, man. I got to give a shout out. This is how we do it. Nonstop debates, the energy. Man, all right, Kayla said, what's up? Kayla, what's up? Hey, you know what? Kayla said, "What's up?" I mean, Deja, how do you feel about that?
What's
She said thumbs up means that she come back. She
They
pull
coming
up.
back. Come
Angela.
back. Come back.
So that's two. That's 2 for 2. And Janae said,
I still don't know where to see the chat, but yeah,
I love it. That's the best thing too about this live check. Like I've done another show and I do another show, but it's more like a program show, and we're just talking and we talk through it. But this has really been like the goal was to have like a conversation, a dialogue between you and I and the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah,
it,
I don't
man.
know where this.
All right, before
Yeah,
we go, drop your hottest take of the night in the chat. Who had the worst, me or Dejon? Vote now, chat.
I
Vote,
don't
chat,
get it.
chat. You gotta vote.
I think that my two is the A minor chain and then the NIL. Cause it had me thinking that 10 mil is looking nice. That 10 million is looking nice.
All
But
right, and then
I gotta stay 10 toes.
when you guys are going, if you guys haven't subbed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit the like on this, because that's how YouTube knows that you guys like us, that you rocking with us.
And
So
don't
go
lie.
ahead.
If you sing the A minor line, hit that like and subscribe. Don't lie.
Hit the subscribe, turned on notifications so that you guys can be ready, because if you subscribe and then when we go live, you guys will be notified, and we're trying to build this thing bigger and bigger and bigger, Dejon.
Mm-hmm. Like
You
I
know what I
said,
mean?
if you sang the song before, if you sang the A minor with Kendrick Lamar, you gotta hit like and subscribe. Don't
Yeah.
lie.
Hey, we need those like buttons. Get those like buttons up. Hit that subscribe. All right. So if you laughed or argued or were punching in the air, kind of like Kendrick was with
You
someone
also
else,
gotta like
like
and
Drake,
subscribe.
like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the button. And also if you're watching on replay, drop a comment. Let us know the wildest moment. A lot of people come back and watch these things. So, all right. So we got to wrap it up. Dejon, final thoughts. This has been Jay Hicks official times Dejon. That's what we've been calling it.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts. Just hey man, if people you're gonna argue, you're gonna get everything out. Just have fun with it. The rap beef is just you don't need to take it to heart. Kendrick Lamar don't know you, Drake don't know you. Like just have fun with it, like we did. Just have
Yeah.
these conversations. What if, and just have fun.
All right. I'm gonna vote. The chat. Come on, chat. Get it on up. We need your comment on the wildest take tonight. Um, I would say the wildest take was from Dejon. And I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was borderline offensive, y'all. I was borderline offended. This man sat here and said with a straight face that Marion Jones would have been dominated by Shakari
Dominated. I stand on that.
Richardson in the
I stand on
2000s. This man standing on a 1065. I mean,
We're
just
done with the 90s. We're done.
well, until they can run as fast as they did in the 90s, we're not done with it. She said, hold on, John Day, who you talking about? What you mean? She said, you choosing NIL over being a GO. John Day,
Oh,
you
that's because
talk.
I said I was switching. I also because I was switching what I would say. Because I said that was the wildest take I said.
All right, John Day, explain who are you talking about? I think who did you mean? Because I chose the NIL over the GO. Remember, I said I wouldn't
Yeah, but at
miss
the
the
end when I said the wildest take, I think I said it was me because I do that 10 million is looking nice.
No, she said no, Jay chose.
Oh, okay.
Dodge. Oh, she said Jay John chose GOAT status. All right. Appreciate you, John Day. John Day, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, because I'm telling y'all, that's how the algorithm works. She said 10 mil one time or 10 million annually. Woof. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. All right, yeah, that's tough, man. That is tough. But I still can't believe this man said the Sha'Carri Richards, and who's a great
Down with the
athlete, by the
90s.
way.
Down with the 90s.
South Dallas. Shout out to South Dallas. So I'm a big Sha'Carri Richardson fan, but I don't know about that one. Cause I'm trying to
I
tell
believe
you,
in her.
they
You see the
go.
way she is moving.
Hey, look, I just want to tell you, it was serious back in the '90s, bro. They didn't take they didn't stop. They didn't take go
I
back.
just met um Butch Reynolds, and he was letting us know that it was serious back then.
It was serious,
Um,
man. We're
it was
talking about
serious back then.
Maurice Green, Michael Johnson. That was the
Michael
stare down.
Johnson.
That was 2000, my boy. 2000.
Yeah, that was a serious, but come on. Now we got Nova Lyle, we got Shakari, we got Sidney McLaughlin. Oh my, like woo, we done with the
I mean,
90s.
they
Okay.
had Jackie Joyner Kersey. I mean,
That's true, that's true, that's
come on
true.
now. And
That's true.
then don't forget they had MJ, Michael Johnson versus who was that he ran? The Canadian. What was his name?
With the 1-on-1?
Yeah, remember up in Canada when they ran?
Yeah. I forget who it was.
Donovan Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Donovan won the 100. It was the
Yeah.
settle. Who's the fastest man? I mean, this was live on TV, y'all, in the 90s. All right, man. This has been a great one. Hopefully, like I said, you guys like and subscribe. Me and Dejon are gonna keep doing these things that Dejon wants to, pull up and come back. Dejon, you gonna come back?
I'm coming back. I'm coming back for sure. And remember what I said. If you say the A minor part, like and subscribe. If you laughed and argued, like and subscribe. Please.
All right, man. That's a wrap. This was Jay Hicks, official time. Dejon Manning, another legendary stream in the books. Y'all stay safe. And man, I gotta give a major shout out to the chat, man. Hopefully, y'all also too, Dejon, where can people follow you? I'll give him mine because we gotta keep it going besides
Mm-hmm.
you guys can pull up to Dejon's content, my content, and we can keep it going. Dejon, where can people find you on and give me all your platforms?
You can find me on Instagram at ondemanding25, no spaces. And then on TikTok, it's just my name, Dejon, Dejon Manning, no space.
Okay. And then follow him. We're gonna have clips after this. If you missed some of this or you thought about it, sometimes these streams are kind of like collard greens. The seasoning will set in, and by the next day, they're even better than they were the first time after Thanksgiving. So come to mind. I'm Jay Hicks Official on Instagram, TikTok, right here on YouTube. Comment on him if you guys want to comment on the clips that Dejon and I put out. We appreciate it. All right.
And for everybody that agreed with me in the chat, just know that they not like us. They not like us.
All right. I will say this. I will let you take it home. We out. Guys, don't forget, don't get caught with any weak takes. And I don't think we had any shortage of those tonight. Dejon, take it to the house.
Okay, shout out to everybody again. Appreciate you for coming out. Join us. Like I said, I'm coming back. You come back. Let's have fun again. Let's get it.
There we go. Shout out to the chat. World's greatest. Peace.
Peace.
They not like us. They not like